Greetings and salutations. This video is one that I felt I should share as there are a lot of packages out there that claim to be able to use the IMAP protocol with PowerShell, but I have not had much success until now. Enter the s22.imap library. This library was great and worked for me, so now I am sharing it with you all. We will use PowerShell with the IMAP protocol to download attachments from a mailbox and then move those emails into a subfolder. Let's begin. First thing you will want to do is run the command install-package s22.imap. You will need the Nugget repository added to complete this installation. Once that's installed, we import the package. The default location is specified in my code here. Next, we define the server and login credentials. I will assign the server name to a server variable. The username defined as the domain \username and the password. Once that's entered correctly, we initiate the connection to the server using SSL/TLS. In our IMAP variable, we issue a new object of the IMAP client. We pass our server, our port of 993, our username and password, our authentication method, and a boolean on whether to use SSL. Let's run this to see how this connection looks. As you can see, we get our default folder or mailbox, which is inbox. Under auth, it is set to true. Great. Now, let's define a search criteria which we will use to target emails within a certain criteria. There are various ways we can search. We can define a time criteria and being unread, etc. In this example, we will use both. First, any unseen messages, meaning marked as unread, and an additional criteria of emails sent within the previous 7 days. Now, let's fetch the emails that match this search criteria. We assign our email's ID variable with the search criteria of calling IMAP with our search variable. This will return all emails within the past 7 days that are marked as unread. So let's get our search variable by running this line and take a look at our mailbox. You can see there are 2 emails with attachments, but only one will fall within our search criteria as the other is not within our 7-day window, even though it is unread. Back to our code. Let's run this and we get an ID of 21 for our single email. Okay, let's fill our email ID variable by executing this line. Now, let's download our attachments. We will loop through all our IDs which match our search criteria. We grab the headers of the email, which will contain pretty much all the information we would require. Let's run this to see what kind of information we get. Actually, our ID will be blank, so let's close the for loop and run it so that we can get our ID variable filled in. Once that's done, let's run this to get our header information. As you can see here, various information. I won't display all, but there's a wide array of information that can be retrieved from the email headers. We can also pull the file name of the attachment by getting our attachments.name property from our headers. and we assign that to our variable file name. Next, let's get the actual data of the attachment, and we do that by getting the attachment.contentStream property from headers and passing to our data variable. Next, let's set the location of where we want our attachments downloaded. So I will put the attachments here and specify the original file name as my file name. We are going to create a stream variable, which will be a new object of system memory. Let's make this a bit more readable. Okay, next, we will write to our memory stream our data array like so. So now we have in memory the data blocks of our attachment. We will create a file stream which we specify our attachment path and create a method under system file mode. This will be used to actually create the file that is in memory. Then we write our stream from memory to our file stream like so. Then close both the file stream and our memory stream. So if we run this, let's see if our attachment is downloaded. Get our headers information, then specify our download path. Check the path. Currently there are no files there. Then create a memory stream and write to it. Then our file stream and run this. And our attachment is now downloaded. Let's close the stream. So once our attachment has been downloaded, then move our email to a different folder. So we call a move message on our ID and specify the folder to move. So I'm getting an error message that the mailbox, or rather folder, cannot be found. I know the folder exists, so let's run a command to show us how the folder is identified. The command to run to display all your folders is list mailboxes. So run this and we can see the April 2023 folder is specified like so. So let's change that to include inbox/April 2023. And you also have to specify the location of where the message currently is, which is in our inbox. And if we run that, no error message. So let's check our mailbox again. Our messages now reside in our April 2023 subfolder. Great. So let's clean this up and go over what's happening. So we first set our search criteria. In this case, we get all unread messages in the past 7 days. We then get the IDs for those emails. We loop over all the returned IDs and pull the header information, while we extract the attachment information. We use the system to write the attachment to memory and then to a file and close the stream. We then move the messages to a subfolder, and we do this for each email that matches our search criteria. Once all attachments are downloaded, let's disconnect from the IMAP server by running the dispose property on our IMAP variable. And that's it. I hope this is a clear understanding of how to automate downloading attachments using the IMAP protocol with PowerShell. There is no need to have Outlook installed, just connect and download using the IMAP protocol. Thanks for watching. Please like and subscribe. This video has been brought to you by AIP Solutions.